Hello and welcome to the Amateur Football Podcast. Wow, what an honor. What an honor. Dave Juguri. Hopefully I've got your surname correct.
Yes, sir. That's all good. Dave Juguri.
And let me say, AKA Drogba. This guy doesn't only look like Drogba, but he plays like Drogba as well. So,
I don't know if I look like Drogba or I play like Drogba, but then you call me like that, like everybody else, and I took it. I'm not gonna lie.
Brother, how are you doing today?
I'm very good, very good, very good to be with you, bro. Very good to be here in this podcast. So yeah.
Why is it really important for men over 35 to continue or to begin to exercise?
I think it's very important for men in any type of years to carry on doing sports. That's for sure. Let me emphasize this. Let me be clear on this. I don't think only over 35, but from the get-go. Now, definitely over 35 and more, you have to kind of keep a certain balance in terms of your fitness, in terms of, if I may say, routine. And I think we tend to think, and you know what I'm talking about, to think because we've done a lot of sports, we've played football or any other sport, then we still fit, or it's easy for us to be back in sport or to do our fitness. But we get injured very easier than in the past, I believe. And I think for your muscle, for your joint, for your ligaments, for your health, and for your mind, it's very important to carry on, to have a little bit of routine. 1 or 2 days of sports per week would be perfect. Some people do more, some people do even less, but I think 2 times a week should be definitely ideal for your body, for you to feel even better. And then even when you go to work or you're carrying your kids or whatever, you definitely have to feel good, and to feel good is carry on doing sports.
You've got like a lot of passions and literally a lot of love for football, for your family, and also for boxing as well. And I would love to know why you think boxing is one of the perfect sports for men.
I think boxing is obviously, we've done football. I've played with you. I've done my my time still playing, but boxing is definitely different. It's a different type of sport, different type of energy, different type of muscles that you use. And I still remember the first time I got into it more than I used to. And I was like, this is crazy. My stamina is definitely getting into pieces with that sport compared to football. Not saying that football I'm not exhausted or is not tiring or whatever. No, but in a short amount of time in boxing, I do feel like every single piece of my body is working. So I believe it gets you gets your abs much more involved. Obviously, your arms and your legs. It doesn't matter if you do like American boxing or kickboxing or French boxing or whatever. You feel like your body's definitely getting into the work. So as a coach now, this is my career now. So as a coach, I definitely train my clients into boxing, because I know in terms of sweat, in terms of if I may use the word exhaustion, it's definitely good in a short amount of time.
You and I are very similar in age. I am like maybe 2 or 3 years older
Yeah.
than you, but you're in perfect shape, absolutely perfect shape, and you talk a lot about diet and literally what foods you should be eating. I would love to know, on a selfish point of view, what foods a man over 35 should not be eating.
You got to pay me for that, man. I'm a coach. You got to pay me for that. If you want a plan, I give you a plan. It's not free. It's not free. Life is not free, mate. No, I think I don't know if I'm in a perfect shape, but I'm trying my best to kind of keep on going and to work on myself. I'm always learning, definitely, on myself. So I'm working towards having a great shape, that's for sure. But not in perfect shape. No one's perfect anyway, and I've never been in perfect shape. And I'm the kind of coach as well, to be honest with you, that says that says quite often, do what I say, don't do what I do, which is not a good example. I'm not gonna lie. but I'm not perfect in that sense as well. So in terms of diet now, I think I've reduced, or I'm trying to reduce the saturated fats and all the transformed food. We don't realize that we get easily into a habit of having snacks or having this and that. I'm trying to sort of like not eat much in between meals and stay focused into my meals. Now, I'll be honest as well. I don't follow a very strict plan now because my past, I don't have a past of an overweight person, so I don't tend to look into it so much for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now in terms of like my body type, you've got different body type, mesomorph, like ectomorph, endomorph, meaning like people tend to get bigger, easier, or skinnier, or more muscular, very easy. So I'm more the type, more muscular, easier. So I work a bit, then try to say it's probably the genes, the roots, and the history of sports that I've done in my life. Now I'd suggest definitely to kind of like try to eat when you want to eat, when you're actually hungry, and not like, oh, it's 7, I've got to eat a proper meal and all that. You have to reduce as well if you're somebody that eats a lot, to reduce if it's not like, if it's too rich. So and this is me now. I've reduced. I'm eating meats. Definitely, I haven't stopped eating meats. I think I'm not looking into replacing meats in my diet. Definitely not. But what's for sure is I'm not eating as much meat as I used to, as well in the past. So for me, it's not like because I don't have any. I don't have any meats that I'm not going to enjoy my meal. So if I can skip a little bit or eating 2 fish a week, that'd be good. So find the right balance. It's easy to say like that. It doesn't maybe make sense to you or to somebody that be watching that, just saying this like that. But you've got to find the right balance each day. Different type of energy that you will use, and different type of energy that you will need. In terms of nutrients and all that. So yeah, long story short, reduce the saturated fats. Don't eat much in between meals. Drink a lot. You wanna eat some snacks and stuff like that. Drink. My I'd say my little trick. And in France we have syrups. You've got like we call that grenadine. We call that strawberry syrup and all that, or lemon and everything. You don't have quite that in London, but there's other different things. And I do take a bottle of water, let's say full bottle of water, putting a bit of syrup, and I always have that bottle of water because sometimes we don't want to drink much water. But with this, every time I'm hungry, bam, I'm drinking this, a bit of sugar in there, so I feel better and I can carry on in my day.
What's that been the most challenging thing that you've had to face in your life journey so far?
Well. I think it's pretty straightforward. The first thing that comes to my mind, which is obviously normal, is the passing of my mother. And at that time, which was now 9 years ago, we were playing together still at that time, and we played for Norton Pool Club, and it was so brutal, so sudden, that I felt like into a washing machine, whirlpool, bam, 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 bam. So the challenge was to understand what was grieving, to understand how to deal with the pain, to understand how to overcome that, and to keep on going and to remain the same person that, talking for me, the same person that my mother used to know, her kid, the way she raised me, well, if I may. So I had to fight back to life, to be able to kind of carry on and do all the things that I know, all the things that I love, all the things that I wish to be. So to be back in football, to be back working, to be back doing what I do, it was the most challenging part. It was my biggest match, to kind of like realize that you know, horizon, there's still life, and life will shine, and you cannot stop just to the pain and to remain into the sorrow, the sadness, all that. You kind of have to. You can't dwell on it. You can't dwell on it. You've got to move on, no matter what. You know, I hear people say like, "Oh, I don't know how you did, how I couldn't." You will, because that's life. You've got to move on. You've got to move on. We don't want to. We don't want to lose anybody, but that's life. We're not here forever. So once you kind of, you know, give time to yourself to understand that this should happen, whether it's now, 5 years, 10 years, we're never ready for that. We never, and then we won't. But that's life, you know. So this was my most challenging part in my life, definitely. And that made me a man, 100%, 100%. I was a young boy. I was a young lad, and I think I became a man not during the grieving, but once my heart started to heal, once my heart started to dry, that's where I became a man, because I knew now I could overcome anything in life, anything. So yes, that was my most challenging moment in my life.
How hard was it for you in the first couple of months? Because again, yeah, we were playing, together when you kind of told myself and some other parts of the senior team and the management.
Yeah. Well, I think for the, I don't say it much often, I'll be honest, but first of all, I'm not crying. I'll just, it's not here. But I think for the first time in my life, because I think I was into as well with my ex, I had issues and stuff like that. So it was not a very good period at all. But I think for the first time in my life, I could understand the people, the depressed people, if I may say. I could understand depression, and I could understand people feeling. It's weird to say it like that. For me, it's even weird to say it out loud. Like I feel ashamed to say it. I shouldn't feel ashamed to say it at all. But I for the first time in my life, I understood why people commit suicide, because they're so down. It's like they crashed. It's like they crushed. It's like they're destroyed from inside, and they don't know what the future will hold. So for the first time in my life, I remember a moment when I wasn't doing this crisis to deal with everything, and I had issues as well in my personal life. And for the first time in my life, I was like, Jesus Christ, I understand people feeling depressed and why they want to end. They want to stop. They don't want to feel the pain no more. And that's exactly the moment I was, I took a step back and I was like, Lord, help me. I don't want to be somebody like that. I don't want to become somebody like that, because I wasn't. So I have to, to go through the storm. Let me be smacked by the storm. But after the storm, I'm going to see the sun. I'm going to see the blue sky, definitely. So I have to go through the storm. So football, sports, football helped me big time. It helped me at that time to kind of like get over that. It helped me at that time to realize that I'm not by myself. And I still remember I had a card by you lot. I had words by you lot. I had the hugs by you lot. And the friendship, the brotherhood helped me to go through. The friends that I have back home in France when I was still in London, the friends that I had in London, I don't even call you and other people friends. I call brothers, because this is exactly the way you have to get through life. This is exactly the way you have to understand. You need to understand that you're not alone. You need to understand that just a minimum of help is a big help. And you can't be by yourself, whether that's you have a disease, whether that's you losing somebody, whether that's you losing business or whatever. You have to share, because you never know who's going to help you. And that's where I realized that it will be okay. Not okay as I was okay before, another type of okay. At some point, I was thinking I'll never be happy with the big word, the big H, happy. No, I'll be okay. But it's okay to feel like that. You just have to understand life moves on, and you too. So that's from one thing to another. I try to deal with that, and I try to get rid of those thoughts. I'm still aware I had those thoughts. I'm still, not going to say proud of it. It's not the word, but I take responsibility for feeling the way I felt. But I know as well it was normal. So, I move on. And it's crazy to say, but today, when I say today, I mean a few years ago, a few years after my mom, I lost my dad as well. So the young lad that would never comprehend, will never understand how to really deal with this situation. But the first situation finally helped me to go through the next one without exactly the same sort of like the same feelings, the same attitude. It was tough. It was down. So I had two most horrendous moments in my life. But one helped me to go through the other ones. That's life. We're never ready. I was young, still young in a way, but that's life, So football helped me, activities helped me, projects helped me. So I know that I will be okay in a way. I will be okay in the future, because at that time I didn't have any kids. I didn't have any proper wife, steady wife or whatever. But it will be okay. I have my life to live. So that's pretty much that.
We were speaking off air, and literally I was trying to find an image for me that represents football, and I just want to show you, because you have no idea what picture I'm going to put up.
Mm.
And I don't know if you can even remember this, but I'm going to bring it up.
Oh yeah. Now this picture is going to make me emotional for sure. For sure. Of course I remember. I feel I feel like I remember like it was yesterday. This picture has a lot of meaning, but it is exactly what I say about brotherhood. Brotherhood is, not feeling alone. Brotherhood is going to a battlefield, because this is exactly at that time what I felt. We managed to win the championship that year.
Yeah.
And we fought every single match. And it was right in this period. It was probably a few weeks after, a month after. And had you and Michelle hugging me when I was crying after the game we played, and I just released all the tension. We won that game, I think. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for a young lad. Let's not lie. It's a lot. But I didn't feel alone, or I realized at that moment I was not alone. So this picture has a million of meaning for me, and I could definitely frame that picture. You make me want to frame that picture for sure, because this is exactly what I felt at that moment. That I was not by myself. I was with you. I was with the others, and I knew I could go to war with others. Though things happen and we can't control. There's something that I've been. One day I worked for an advert, and for actually not even an advert. What I'm saying, sorry, a sports documentary. It was called for BBC. It was called The Importance of Sports Psychology. And I remember this former champion, rowing champion, said that they stick to me. to this day. He said, you can only control the controllables. And for me, this is exactly what it is. You can only control the controllables, control what you can. And for the rest, don't worry. Whether you're religious or not, don't worry. It'll be sorted by life. Control what you can, work on that, but don't overthink about what you can't move, because your input won't have any impact on that. This will impact you. Take it and see the glass half full, no matter what. So I'm trying my best to control myself, control what I can, and the rest, life decides. You just have to roll the dice and carry on. So that's pretty much that. And this picture again is something that I am thankful to my friends, thankful to my brothers, thankful to those I've played with, thankful to be involved in team. I think this is why sports people, let's say team sports people, love is, when you go to the excitement of a football training, because you're gonna train with others, you're gonna full of banter, full of laughter, full of anger if that happens, full of energy, full of commitment, full of good vibe, good feeling. Thank you for sharing that picture. Thank you for this memory. Thank you so much, Steve.
I would love to know how your family now has changed your outlook on your life and your career.
I had one auntie, my aunt Christine. When I lost my mother, she gave me a hug and a little tap on my shoulder, and she said, "Don't worry, my son. One day you will have a kid, probably a daughter. You will give her your mom's name, and you will move on. She'll be your life." And this as well, struck me, and then, made me cry at the time, and gave me an idea, gave me a reason, gave me a project to finally maybe one day have my family and to overcome fully. Let's call it the full cycle, maybe. So when I had my son, 2 years ago, my son is 2.5. It was a mixed feeling because my auntie, I always, like any boy, I always wanted to have a boy, yeah. And then after losing my mother, then because my auntie said I wanted to have a daughter, like you have. So when we went to the ecography, to the scan and all that, when I've been told I'm gonna have a boy, I remember I had a nasty feeling. I had a sadness feeling, a sad feeling. And it took me 24 hours to realize the joy, the excitement, I'm going to have a baby, I'm going to have a boy. Because I was like, oh, I thought I'm going to have a girl and I'm going to give her my mom's name. But I had a boy, okay. And then after that, I was like, Jesus, this is brilliant. This is like, when I had my boy, I've never cried that much since my dad and my mother. So there is 3 times in my life that shocked me big time. My mom passing, my dad's passing, and the birth of my son. I had this feeling of joy and sadness. Sadness because my parents were not there, and joy because they're living in him, through me, through him, whatever. So my family now, my girlfriend, my boy, my family, they're my parents. They're my parents. They're my brothers. They're my sisters. They're my, they're everything. They're my dads. They're my moms. So they help me to go through things on a daily basis, to have projects and not to look behind with sadness. I can look behind. It's okay to look behind. I don't have to not look behind. It's okay to look behind, but not with sorrow and sadness. You have to be thankful for even what you had. So my family helped me big time to move forward in any project now. And, Long may it continue.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And like, what's like been the biggest takeaway from your football career?
Well, I had a lot of hiccups in my football career, a lot of uh, difficulties, and it wasn't the way I wanted. I went in UK to who knows, to be professional. It didn't work out the way I wanted. I got scared because I was not confident enough. Let's be honest, to be in a country that I didn't know and to speak a language that I didn't have. Couldn't speak English. Not that I'm talking English perfectly at all, but I
You
couldn't
are.
talk English
You are.
whatsoever. You know, but it's true that I wish it could have been better. But you know, again, I'm not looking behind with sadness. I'm so proud of he would he, without all this trajectory, this journey, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met a lot of people that that I respect and I appreciate and that helped me to go through life. So when I look at my career, my football career, I had enjoyment, I had anger, I had sadness, I had tears, I had scream, I had injuries, broke things, I broke ribs, I broke ankles, I broke whatever. But this excitement, the competition, the adrenalines and stuff like that, pushed me so much to go forwards and to move forwards. Um, so I take a lot from that. I'm proud of what I've done. I wish in a way I could have done better. I would have done better, but with a lot of if and everything, who knows? But what's for sure is I don't regret nothing. I don't regret nothing. I've done so much in a way that helped me to meet and to do things, to win trophies. You know, what's up? I don't need to be. I thought it was just what I wanted to do and to be a professional football player. I was semi-professional football player, and I've tried to do even better. If it didn't work, I was maybe not good enough, and that's it. But at the end of the day, you've got your luck. It's so many things to work out to be able to be professional or whatever. So you just have to take things and then to realize what you managed to do from where I came and what I've done in another country, another language. So I'm proud of that, definitely. You and the others made me love what is football, but grassroots football even, and all that. Just the passion, the dedication, the commitment. You are a tough player, for example, and you bloody taught me how to be resilient on a pitch and the commitment, and then as well to be true, to be real. So you said to me, thank you because I'm real, but I thank you because you're real and you've been always kind of real to me. And then this is exactly what I call brotherhood. This is exactly what I call brother. This is what I call. I also said big bro, though I'm not that young, but still you're my big bro. Sorry, I'm a baby next to you. Sorry,
I am
sorry,
older than
sorry
you, though.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I am.
Sorry about that. Sorry, I don't want to make you feel old, but sorry, I'm still a baby. I'm still a baby. But yeah, that's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling brotherhood, and learning, and then be respectful, and then taking. Yeah. This is the way my mom and my dad, in his way, raised me to be, kind and respectful with the eldest, or with the brothers, or with the people that you meet, because you never know who's going to help you. You never know who's going to teach you. You never know who's going to give you something that will help you in your life, on the pitch or in life. And football is life. The commitment, the game, playing chess on the pitch, all this is teaching you a lot into how to kind of, you know, comprehend, to kind of understand, to kind of anticipate things in life as well. The way you fall on the pitch is maybe metaphorical, or but the way you've got to learn how to fall on the pitch is exactly the same way you got to learn how to fall in life, and how to get back, to get back to it, to get back up. and to keep on going. So, it's a bit of an analogy, but I think it's, for me, it did help me in a way, all this. So definitely, it was a great pleasure to be in London, to be in England, to be in UK, to meet so many people that I've met, to fight so many battles that I fought, and to have all those things. So I've gained a lot as well, and I'm glad and I'm thankful for you I was about to recognize my impact in the team, because this is exactly what I wanted and what I needed at that time, and I want to still need in a way. So thanks to you, bro.
Thank you so much. And sorry for mentioning, of course, PSG lost against Newcastle.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, see you later, bro. See you later. Oh, bloody hell. Everything was cool. Everything was smooth. Everything in that podcast was perfect. And you had to get into it.
I'm sorry.
Bloody hell.
Bro.
Putain.
I got to mention it for the Geordie fans, bro. I have to say it.
Mate, I was watching the game. I was like, I don't even get what is going on. Who does that? I'm not going to go into detail, but who's playing with 4 bloody strikers? What do you expect? If you play with a lot of strikers, then you can't defend. If you can't defend, then you're going to get battered. Obviously, Newcastle was waiting for us. We got dismantled. No, fair and square. Okay, maybe you had a handball or whatever, but I'm real. Fair and square. It doesn't matter for me the hand or whatever. We made mistake. We didn't score goals when Dembele could have played still 2 hours, 2 more hours. He won't go in. He was making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. But that's football. Mm-hmm. One day, one game you on, the next day. And Mbappe was like, it felt like he was like, you know what, today? Fuck it. I'm not taking responsibilities today. I've got the team on my back, and my back is sore. So you know what? You're going to play, guys. I'm just going to be on the side. I'm watching the project. It's you now. And unfortunately, when you count on somebody calling Zaire Emery, the block is not even an adult yet. And he's in the center of the park. And he has been the best player. That says a lot. That means like there's an issue. Nobody can take much more responsibilities to be, But anyway, that was the idea of the manager, because that works against Marseille. So he said to himself, let me play with 4 strikers up front. Let me put 2 defensive midfielder. Let's see what they're going to do. Boom, let's go, guys.
I'm so sorry.
No, but it's painful. But thank you. You spoiled my day now. No, I'm joking, but we'll see. But that's Paris. If we didn't manage to do this with Messi and Neymar, what do we need in team? We need God as a football player. So we'll see.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm so sorry, Drogba. I'm so sorry.